Now, I want nobody to keep silent. I've got nothing on earth. You're trying to manipulate me. I've got nothing on earth I'm afraid to hide. I said I can do anything for socialism. Do anything. By inclination, the only thing I can do is to be an aggressive heterosexual with a man or woman. I don't care whatever you want to be. You be the woman. I would do that for socialism. Anything else I do further than that would have to be purely because I'm willing to do it for socialism. But I would do anything in the world to save you. If some bunch of fools wanted to take me as the last living sexual identity, wanted to crucify that, I'd let them do it very quickly rather than fight with them, because I know that preparing my body, keeping my body alive for you, is far more important than fighting somebody off from raping me. That wouldn't be of the least consequence to me. But if you want me, my orientation, I have told you, is that. I've told you what my orientation is. I'm not interested in anything else but being, I'm a driving, thriving leader, a principled leader. Principled. Yes, darling. You sure as the world can go an extra mile for somebody else, because all of you are not angels. I don't see any angels budding wings around here. I mean, I don't see anybody ready to fly off, so we got to be patient with everybody. And this we're determined to do. But I'm just trying to be as straight as I know. Deal with things. Of course, I admire loyalty. There's one thing, too, I admire, is a principle loyalty that will go along with something. But if you know it's error, then you should stand by it to the end of your days. If you're loyal to something, you thought it was right to be dishonest then be dishonest all the way. But I don't feel that. Well, I talk and chat and piddle and fiddle, read and hunt. One thing I will say too that I don't appreciate out of some of you. Listen, give me your attention. You new people. When I exposed my honesty and cut off people, we lost members the other night. We lost, I don't know, 20, 25 people. They didn't come back. One lady from Sacramento wrote me the nastiest letter you ever read in your day. I know that law, justice will get her, but I don't take any satisfaction in that. Justice is going to get her. But I exposed myself here of all I've ever done. I just poured it out of what I would do. And I told everything I did at the moment I was doing it. People were able to take it. That's why I'm trying to say stop sex. I want to say that to you. I want to say stop sex because I don't want to get on that plane of selfishness. I've never been there. I've never stayed there. Any moment I'd get there, it would leave. I'd begin to think about the well-being of the individual. So I said, I don't want to get in that plane of being served. Women don't like men, so other than companionship, camaraderie, close camaraderie, I suppose the sexual orientation closest I've ever seen, if you want pure sexual orientation on the part of the woman, is in your mother, the mother of your church. And that's true. If you want absolute pure sexual orientation, but even so, our relationship is not based on that. And I'm no different than anybody else, only even much more so, in the sense that being a strong driving person, I have a tremendous drive. And that'll never change, and I don't suppose that ever will change. But I've never used that drive for myself, is what I'm trying to say to you. Never have. Proof of it is you marry and go into marriage without any sexual relationship. Never having had one, you go into marriage, keep yourself true to one woman until 200 babies are starving. That's record for itself. 10 years, 12 years, 13 years. 13 years, no break in the vow. 13 years. No interruption. Only then when babies were starving to death did we have to interrupt it. By mutual consent. Certainly I have to maintain this office to some degree, and she has to maintain her office to some degree. And we're going to have to give the proper respect for both of these positions. That's where they are. That's where these positions are, and we're going to have to require that. But after my forthright honesty, some of you don't give me the respect that you gave former pastors. You once smiled at me and were courteous. Now you're not smiling at me. Now you're not as warm to me. Now you're much more insolent and smart-aleck. Some of you did hear whatever reasons for this in the former experience, that these things happened like with this sister. You followed and you were cordial and you never thought of giving the kind of lip back to him that you give to me. You'd have never dreamed of saying the things that people say to me. Now you're going to hurt the office if you do this. Today in 2 senior citizen homes, things were said to me that would, if other innocents had heard them, they might use it as an excuse to commit rebellion. Now, as I said today, I got into some messes that were, I don't like created. One of the homes got into homes just utter disarray. Dog manure and that kind of stuff, and I don't approve of that. You can't clean up. But over there I was just cleaning because they couldn't get into the refrigerator and stove. Women couldn't get up to that, or climbing up on lamps. But let me do it. Don't be making little chides about, well, let him do it. That's his, or making little fun remarks about it. Respect the office to some degree. No respect for the office, and if you don't respect it, somebody's going to need to respect it, and it's going to be cut down at the wrong time, and somebody's blood's going to be on your hands. Because if I'm doing the best I can, if you're not respectful for me, and someone else looks at you and uses you as an excuse, you are going to have to pay for them. Do I make myself clear on this? I hope all of you stay awake long enough to get this through your heads. But as I said, it really does grieve me. I could keep a movement swelling by the multitudes and thousands if I'd play games. As Archie said it in a word, you're honest. You're honesty personified. You tell what you feel. You tell it straight. You don't color it. You'll risk losing a movement. I'll risk it. I've many times risked losing a movement. I don't know how Archie's going to react to a thing. I don't try to weigh how he's going to react to a thing. When I called him over here, I didn't take any thought about how he's going to react to a thing. I just knew right was concerned, and as bad as I need him over there, he's my right hand or left hand or whatever you want to call it, preferably left, being where I am. That's part of my honesty. I would preferably not have any chance of losing him, but I would have lost him tonight if that's where he was. I'd lose Karen, as evolved as she is in work and involved. Yes, both of them evolved and involved. I'd risk losing Harold, because I don't think he did something principled last night. I'll risk any one of you. And Jim Cobb, I don't think anything went straight through that whole mission. I'm tired of all these little things. Some of them are lesser magnitude, others greater. And sometimes you'll be very bold with truth, and then you'll mix a part of error and try to undo all you do. Always saving it out for yourself, making a corner to get out, and taking risks. Terrible risks, as the risk was taken Sunday. Their ego couldn't stand a woman to say to them, or maybe not, but I think that's what it is subconsciously. That's what I'm going to say anyway. Wouldn't let a woman tell them, Jim wants it this way. See, every place you go, it's sex. So I say, for goodness sake, child, let us try to rise above it. I wish we could enforce you rising above it. And I need it so badly. And I go without it so freely. Why in the heck won't you do it when you don't have any need at all? You face living long lives. Some of you are young. You've got lives ahead of you. I face things like having to have the cyanide in the right place. Not even trusting my own energy, because I don't know how to use my own energy to destruct myself. I'm a healer. I wouldn't know how to kill myself. Wouldn't know how to use my energy to do that. But if you drain me dry before I'd let my body be incapacitated here, I would destruct myself. So it looks like if I'm willing to not have a day ahead, not one living day ahead, if you could, anything to communicate me, because what I'm really trying to do, and it's hopeless, is with words, just communicate me. And I'm not going to, and if I don't get that communicated, we'll have these dishonesties over and over again. Because back to what I said, brother, your basic reason for lying to me is that you don't trust me. You wouldn't have lied to me if you'd trusted me. If you'd believe how dedicated I am, you wouldn't dream of lying to anybody as honest as I am. Nobody would lie to anybody as honest as I am if they really knew how honest I was. They wouldn't do this. They wouldn't do anything. They'd think constantly not to do a thing that would hurt such an honest person